Hey guys, Nick here. Hey, just want to kind of follow up on kind of what we talked about last week, or last time we had a video. Sorry, it was Christmas and the New Year, so I really hope that y'all had a good holiday. Whatever you actually, whatever you call the holidays, and also, have a happy. I hope you everybody has a happy and safe New Year. Our thoughts and prayers are out with the guys or the gals that were possibly injured down in New Orleans. Kind of a sad state of affairs down there. Also, if you do partake in it, I wish you a happy college football playoff season. We can only hope that everything goes in our favor. But with that, last week we kind of talked about um, um, stem to speed. And that we really kind of dug into the world of 3D printing. We talked about your Ender 3s, we talked about your Voron 2.4s, which you got to see. We also talked about the Bamboo Lab and how the Bamboo Lab and the Creality K1 series of printers are probably the best option for if you don't want to have to build your own printer, or if you don't want to have the steep learning curve that you would with the Ender 3 and you kind of just want to plug and play. You do have the availability in the Bamboo Lab to have a multi-material unit or an MMU that will help you actually use multicolor and the prints that you're working on. And also, you got the the K2 series from Creality that does have that same um, ability as far as for an MMU goes. You will see us eventually build an MMU or a color changing part for the Voron, hopefully on this channel. And the reason why we do that is for when you are printing interior car pieces and you kind of want to offset that color a little bit. You can use multi different colors to actually help rebuild stock and unavailable interior parts. So it's kind of a little something that you can use. But the one thing that we really wanted to kind of talk about today is the technology that you kind of need inside your toolbox to kind of support the 3D printing. Not only that, but also advanced kind of like shop techniques and stuff like that. For example, we'll start with the Raspberry Pi. This is a Raspberry Pi 3. It is in a current case that you can mount behind a TV or you can mount near a printer. I use mine to run my Clipper instance. Every single printer I have has a Ender 3 built into it or on it that I use for the Clipper interface. Now, with that, the good thing about the Raspberry Pis, and this is a 3, you can get the 4s, you can get the 5s now, you can get the SEs and the Picos. Picos are about this big. And they run a version of Python, and they're great for single board projects, kind of like the Arduinos that you can use in automotive applications and stuff like that, especially if you're doing like telemetry tracking or anything like that. They can do a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes down to the compute power, and also with like the data logging and logging and stuff like that. So anybody out there doing racing and stuff like that, definitely look into the Raspberry Pi side or look into the Arduino side of the house if you're really kind of looking into automate things. If you guys are looking into building a like a wire cutter, if you're doing wire management and stuff like that, you can actually use a Arduino to build an automated cutting solution. So you can set your cable in there and tell it how much what length you want, and it will cut it for you, and have everything ready to go as far as for cable management. Cat 5, Cat 6, vehicle, any type of interior vehicle cabling. Your vehicle Ethernet, which people are going to now, or any of your CAN bus type of connections. Like our Voron 2.4 currently has a CAN bus head on it. But, that's here nor there. But the good thing is about these Raspberry Pi 3s, these Raspberry Pi 3s, 4s, 5s, whatever, is they are great to learn Linux on. They are probably one of the best things you can do to learn Linux. Also, you can tie these things into a PC, into a screen, and have a small, somewhat inexpensive PC to run off of, especially if you're doing anything small. However, you can use one of these to build a management software for like your toolboxes. So, for example, you can run a Python-based web application on here that whenever you get a new tool, like a new crescent wrench, socket set, whatever, you can tell it, hey, I'm going to put this 10 mil, the elusive 10 mil, into drawer 3. And then if you want to have them, down to where you have different slots, you can say, I want to put it in drawer 3, slot 2. And then you put that into your web interface inside one of these. And then if you really wanted to hook it up, you can hook up a voice translation system on here, kind of like an Alexa or Google. And you can ask it, hey, where did I put that 10 mil? That 10 mil socket, where's that located? And it will actually read out of that database and tell kind of what's going on. We may build one of those on this channel for y'all to look at and play with. And then we'll make all that code available to you as soon as we get it done. So we'll make it fun. We'll also be talking about that over in the forums, over on Vulcanar Motorsports. So, go take a look at that. We're always there. We're ready to go. We're ready to talk. And, we really want to have some fun with y'all. So, that's kind of what we're going with. So the next thing, that you kind of get is you can upgrade that mini to a full-blown mini PC, which is what this is. This is a Seneca, and as you can tell, the front cover is off to show the insides. It is an actual Windows-based PC that you can use and run full-blown versions of Windows. Mind you, they're a tad bit slower than most. So, like with this, you can use something like this to do your CAD viewing and stuff like that. So you can have it pulling off of a shared drive inside of your workshop, and you can have all your CAD files opened up on a screen using one of these. You can also use this as a shop PC, so you can just have something small mounted behind a screen, so people can go to kind of see what they're looking for. It does have your typical I/O ports on the side of it. So where you can actually hook in OBD2 readers and stuff like that. If you really wanted to, you can add Wi-Fi to these things and make it a portable crash cart. The only thing you need at that point is a long power cable to the workbench. And then as you can wheel it around your shop, you can go from point to point and have your manuals actually on one of these things. So there's different versions. Like, for example, like I said, this is a Seneca. Now, what you can do, you can get the Lenovo's, the HPs, and stuff like that on eBay. And you can buy in bulk. You can buy these things in bulk. So if you're going to buy one, buy two. And then, so you always have a backup. And the thing is you can easily run, if you prefer, Ubuntu or something like that, of a different flavor of Linux, instead of Windows, you can run that on here, and it'll actually probably be faster because it's less what we call bloatware. And you're not having to worry about, the typical, Windows problems. So there's that. However, but beware that if you do run Linux, you do need to figure out a way to open up Excel files and stuff like that. So, the next thing that, I kind of recommend people, especially when you start building that, side of the house, is to, think about how you're going to do your CAD work. Think about how you're going to do your slicing. For me, I will actually use an MSI gaming PC. So this is, where is it? This is just a regular MSI, nothing too crazy. This is the Sword 15, so it's a 15-inch screen. It does have upgraded RAM in it because the factory RAM did not do what I needed to do. However, we are going to go deep into that on a different day. However, so you don't need to have a gaming PC, for example. That's just what was on sale. The day I bought it, I needed a new one. That was on sale. That's why I got it, to be honest with you. So like your slicing and stuff like that, that's kind of where you can do that at. And then you also have the ability to do all of your CAD work on there. You can do your transfer from your 3D scanner to your PC and your PC out. So if anything, I would take one of these PCs or a gaming rig or just a kind of a high performance, middle of the road PC. But the good thing is with the advent of PC printers like the K1 series of printers and the Bamboo Lab series of printers, they've gone to more of a cloud-based slicing solution with Creality Cloud and the Bamboo Labs and stuff like that. A lot of stuff has gone cloud-based. So that kind of takes away the need to have a traditional big heavy laptop to do that type of work on. And also a lot of your CAD work has also gone cloud-based. Fusion 360 does have a cloud connection, but you are doing a lot more on your PC. Now, you also have probably one of my favorite CAD programs out there is called Slicer 3D. And the reason why, I like that is because I can put it on anything. Definitely not sponsored by them as any stretch of the imagination. But I do like it on here. However, the one drawback with the MSI brand of PCs and stuff like that is the storage is soldered on board. The the memory is not memory. The hard drive is permanently soldered to the board. So what that means is you're going to run out of storage. They're going to force you to buy OneDrive through Microsoft. Again, that's why I said Linux. You don't have to deal with the issues that you get with Windows. So take it or leave it. So that's the only drawback. How we get around that though is using one of these. So this is a 3 terabyte external hard drive that a lot of the CAD files are saved to. A lot of the slicer files are saved to. This is also all of my pictures from SEMA show this past year. So because you're slicing files, even though you're converting a STL that you exported from your CAD software as an STL to a slicing software, your G-code file after that is going to be extensive. It's going to be large. And the reason why is it's writing code for every single line of print that has to happen. So having available storage is kind of a given. It's a kind of a gimme. So that's definitely something that you need to think about. And that's also why I recommend always having a kind of an external hard drive built in or be on a network where you can have a version of a shared drive running or something similar to that. Sometimes you can get to have your own OneDrive instead of having to depend upon Microsoft's nonsense. So kind of the next thing I kind of tell people is a tablet of some sort. This is an iPad Air. Y'all, if you're looking for a cheap iPad, go with the iPad Air and look at Best Buy for OpenBox. They're great. I do run an iPhone too, but the good thing is, you notice I don't run an Apple PC, but they're great. Especially if you're using Slicer, Slicer 3D or Slicer CAD, stuff like that. You are able to do your CAD work on your iPad. So just because, and the one thing that I'll show you, this iPad I have set up with a keyboard and a pencil. Mind you, that's not the Apple Pencil. That is a Amazon special pencil, and guess what? It still works. So save yourself some money there. Same thing with the case. Not an Amazon, not an Apple product. It is it's a hard form case, protects from drops and stuff like that. This thing's been with me for a while now. But the good thing is your CAD software can run on the iPad Air. So if you're sitting at an airport and you want to tinker, and you want to express your creativity a little bit, instead of sitting here and reading a book, or getting bored or something like that, you can hop on there and do a little bit of CAD work and do a little bit of doodling and a little bit of drawing. You can also do some programming. You can do some. There's some decent apps for the iPad now that'll allow you to learn like Python programming, C sharp programming, C++ and stuff like that, which all of that stuff is on demand when it comes down to like fuel injection, EFI, and stuff like that. So you can actually understand how that code actually works. So the next thing I tell people, is always, for the life of you, have a decent phone. I'm not one to freaking, go that route. This is the first new phone that I've bought in a long time. I was running an iPhone 8 for the longest time. You'll know something about, any type of tech or engineering people. We don't upgrade crap if we don't have to, because we get used to what we're used to. That is a 16 plus. First real phone I've bought outside of buying, couple-year-old phones off of Amazon unlocked. But that's just me. I don't like buying phones. I don't like changing, what I'm used to. But the only bad part about that is I can't get Shaper 3D on it. So I have to go use my iPad for that. The only good thing between having an Apple phone and an Apple iPad is I can share my network connection, which is pretty nice when you're at the airport and you have nothing else better to do. So, that is just kind of what I look forward to. And the other thing is, some of us, you'll realize a lot of people have headphones of some sort, just for, something to listen to, or take a phone call in the middle of a shop because, shops are, ungodly loud on occasion. So that's kind of something that, we kind of got, that I was kind of thinking about is because, we talked about the 3D printers, we talked about everything else last week, or last time we had this conversation. But I never showed you or never explained to you the computer tech side of the house. The consumer technologies, I guess you could call them, that you should have, going forward, especially if you're doing like a STEM to speed type of thing. So where we are actually building upon iteration of your STEM toolbox. So we kind of want to keep building that. This is, welcome to the next layer. And we really want to push it to the further and further. We kind of want to, make sure that you guys are aware of what to use. We're going to bring you into some newer filaments that we're working with the 3D printer side. We are working on trying to get a build vehicle for us that, I'll start working on and getting ready to go. Our goal is to have it ready for either Hot Rod Power Tour, or we'll have it ready for a hot power tour of some sort that we are trying to organize here in South Carolina and North Carolina. So we're trying to get through that. Would love to actually have it for drag week and all the other fun stuff. Actually build something fun to come out and see y'all. We are working on merch of some sort. That is kind of the goal that I'm working on. I should have that out hopefully in the next couple days. So working with a company on getting a merch website set up to help y'all out. But definitely go over and check out the blog side. Go take a look at Vulcanara Motorsports. We do have a blog on there where we are uploading a lot of our documentation, a lot of thoughts and stuff like that on there. And sign up for the forums. Go take a look. Go to vulcanaramotorsports.com. Click on forum and join. There's no cost to anything, no cost to anybody. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about some things. Eventually we will do some, iRacing and stuff like that, some STEM racing, stuff that we really want to have some fun with. And we're going to bring you along to some stuff that we've never been to. My goal is to actually also make it to Formula Drift this year. Go take a look at that. Make it out to the Indy 500. Never been, I've been to the Daytona 500 a few times, but never been to the Indy 500. And I want to bring y'all along. Let y'all kind of get the real world experience on, kind of what we're seeing and how we feel about it. Maybe have some conversations with people, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. So, I appreciate y'all, just tuning in and listening. And, I want to, continuously just show that gratitude. I really want y'all to learn something. Get out there and learn something. Get out there and have fun. Get out there and tinker. Get your hands dirty. Have some fun with it. And, build something you're proud of. You used to hear the theory called built, not bought. And, it's one of those things of where kind of some people mean something different, some people don't. However, what I want to tell people is build your dreams. Um, we will be having a shirt that comes out that does say that, build your dreams, and that's what we want people to do. If it's a car, if it's a Civic Type R that you bought from Honda, and you add wheels and stuff like that to it, cool. You're building your dream car. If you build, take a 1969 Ford Mustang and you restore it and you do all the other stuff to it, you're building your dreams. So continue to do that. Follow your dreams, build your dreams, and follow your path. And then have some fun with it. Show us what you got. Join the forums, hop on there, and show everybody what you're working with. We would love to see it. We really want to be involved in it. We want to have some fun with it. So, all right, y'all. We appreciate y'all, and we want to, let y'all know, have a good one, and we hope to see you around. So, y'all keep going out there learning something. Get your hands dirty. Have some fun. And, find something new that you kind of want to tinker with. And if you do, let us know what you're working on. All right, y'all. Have a good one.